make this set. Ooh, it's actually gonna be a ZVZ. Worst matchup ever. Actually, PvP is a lot worse. PvP is a lot worse. Spawning in the top right for Team Extraterrestrials communities. Actually, Team iXT's actual captain. He's the leader of our community team. It's our green Zerg player. It's Eclipse. And his opponent for Clarity Gaming or Nocturnal Gaming, whatever the heck they are now. It's a purple Zerg player. It's Gallimaufry. Gallimaufry. It's like Maripovich, but not Maripovich. Yeah, that made sense. Alright, so here's hoping for a 10 pull. Actually, I know for a fact that this game's kind of long, so I may have just plus 8 that a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. No one's done anything important. Both players mirroring each other. This is a 4-player map, so maybe someone's going to be ballsy and go for a hatch first play. But, you know, it's usually not the best of ideas. Overlords will eventually kiss. Actually, it looks like... Oh, it's going to be a hatch first. Both players are going to go hatch first. Neat. And Gallimaufry is going to get the slight advantage of scouting the correct way first, given that his... Wait, makes no sense. He just went the wrong way with his first Overlord. Never mind. So he does see that it is going to be a hatch first. So he's already an advantage there a little bit. But Eclipse does know exactly where Gallimaufry is, given where that Overlord came from. So I'll go ahead and slow this back down. Pool will be finishing up about the same time. Gas is finished about the same time as well. So both players are just completely mirroring each other at this point. So this will be a nice game to see. This is another gold level match. So either player could actually be platinum or former platinum at this point in the season. Oh god. So we'll see. This Overlord is in grave danger of being sniped though. Okay, there he goes. There he goes. Good job, Overlord. Get out of there. Actually, even still, depending on when these queens decide to pop out, this Overlord could go down, but I think he's going to be able to get out just fine. So that'll be okay. It's always one of my favorite things when I'm playing CVZ is being able to snipe one of the first Overlords. It's such an annoyance. I mean, in any matchup, it's such an annoyance, but especially CVZ since mirror matchups rely so much on not screwing up. That's really it. Actually, this queen's going to pop out and start picking away at this Overlord. It has a chance to kill it, but this is a decent ledge. He's going to be able to get out of there. And he even decides to just inject because he knows he's not going to be able to kill it. So he'd rather get the inject down. Both player speed is going to be finishing up at relatively almost the same time. Only deviation so far is Gallimaufry has the spine collar up. That's about it. And Eclipse is going for some lings instead of the spine collar. Oh goodness gracious. Sorry, I'm being asked fashion advice from my girlfriend right now. So she's sending me pictures from a dressing room and asking me my opinion on these things. I'm like, I care a lot, so. Okay. Sorry, this is very important. So very important. Anyway, Bailey Nest coming down for Gallimaufry, so he could get a little offensive, but most likely seeing this for defense. And he's still on the 1 gas. He only has the 1 drone in gas, so that is definitely a defensive Bailey Nest. One of Eclipse's Overlord is getting picked at himself here. He may actually lose this one. This queen's kind of unabated here. Now with a good amount of lings as backup. And there's... Where are the lings? I think did I miss something stupid? No, I didn't. Where are your lings? Nope. Oh my, that's a lot of lings. So never mind. Looks like Gallimaufry is going to be getting aggressive here. Is there a Bailey Nest? There's no Bailey Nest. There's a good amount of queens though, so he's going to be able to block this off with queens, which is good for him, because that is a lot. It's a lot of lings, but this is completely blocked off. And 3 queens, and actually those were kind of just on move command. And actually 4 queens now. I don't believe there's any transfuses though, so that's kind of a problem. Bailey Nest is not going to be finished up for a little bit, so the small attacks don't get in here. But Bailey's crash in and don't actually kill anything, so not the biggest of issues. This one actually, there's a nice transfuse there by Eclipse, so this attack has been pretty much completely thwarted there. Nice wall off by Eclipse with his queens, making sure nothing was able to get in and get into his base. So, but both players are still at the same amount of drones, and really that it didn't really affect too much. I think, yeah, Eclipse just has 2 extra queens at the moment, and that's really it. But he's got an overload right over where Gallimaufry is hanging out, so. And Galli is going for a 3rd base already. But a layer is already finished for Eclipse. Layer is just now on the way for Gallimaufry. That name is just ridiculous to say. I'm gonna start calling him Galli, or try to continue calling him Galli, at least. It makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Oh, goodness. Sorry, I need to check. Make sure my level is still good. Okay, it is. Sorry. Game is just continuing. Still not really tech path chosen by either player. All we see is +1 Carapace from Eclipse, and no 3rd base yet even, so not really certain. Looks like another big attack's gonna be coming out from Galli, which, I don't know, seems kind of useless. Eclipse just see that the 3rd base is up. There he goes. He's going for a Spire behind this, which could be good. He's gonna have to catch Galli completely off guard for this to actually do any good, though. So hopefully that's going to happen for him. But Aspire as well for Galli's coming up. And with this 3rd base finishing up, Galli's going to have the option to get a lot more gas early. Both players have been spending a good amount of gas in Banelings, so neither one of them are really that much ahead in that regard. So both players are going for Aspire. Neither one of them knows about it just yet. So whoever finds out first is probably going to be the winner. We will see. At the same time, Galli it looks like he's going into hopefully a ground army of roaches and maybe hydras, since he is getting the roach speed, but he hasn't upgraded anything yet. And +2 Carapace actually is coming out. Ooh, actually that's a lot of Banelings crashed in, and nice transfuses on the Evo chamber by Eclipse. Saves that. So nicely done there by Eclipse. He's able to save the Evo chamber upgrading. And now with +1, he could sure that, but he's no. He needs to do something to this 3rd base. Because this 3rd base has been up. There's no drones there yet, and then drones are still fairly even for both players, but something needs to be done to that 3rd base because Eclipse is much further behind. So just a lot of roaches actually for Galli, rather than any mutas. Despite making 3 mutas now. There's already 5 on the map for Eclipse, and they're going to start picking off some overlords as they walk around the map. And actually going to be sitting here. Oh, going for overlord. Could go for the army. It takes a long time for a small amount of mutas to kill roaches, though. But he really needs to do that. And actually, he's going to walk in here with all these Banelings and go for this 3rd base here. Queen is going to be annoying. This 3rd base is going to be taken down, though, and a good amount of drones got killed as well. At the same time, some slight muta battles going on right here. Still 7 to 8 mutas, a few more on the way for Eclipse. Yeah, 9 to 8 now, and this 3rd base did die. So Eclipse takes a slight lead there. Gets rid of the extra drones that Galli had from that earlier 3rd base, but now Galli's sitting on this army and really doesn't want to attack. Basically, his only option right now is to attack. He needs to counter right now, but just no upgrades. No upgrades at all. He has finally added on 2 Evo chambers, so that's good. Oh, Muta's out in the middle of nowhere for Eclipse, and not all of them are together. So a bunch of them just died for free. He does still have an advantage in Muta numbers, though. So he'll be able to fight straight up, but the ground army for Gallimaufry is much larger. And there's really no ground army to speak of for Eclipse, and he needs to start attacking with these mutas. These roaches can do a lot of damage before they're going to be able to be taken out by the mutas. And he needs to kind of focus on doing that with his ground army, or these mutas, rather than letting these roaches just running in here and killing off everything right now. Getting a lot of damage done. Queens and mutas are going to come back and defending, but only 6 workers got killed. But when you're at that low a worker count, it's a bit of a big deal. Nice transfuses by Eclipse, keeping his queens alive as long as he possibly can. And actually, all of these roaches are going to die, and neither one of those queens died, which is quite helpful. And right now we have 13 mutas versus 10. But the income tab is vastly in the favor of Galley, so right now this is kind of still his game to lose. Sitting a lot of lings in right now. I'm not sure if that seems like it's probably a miss rally, because I don't know why he would send in that many lings like that, but he's going to be able to catch a lot of drones transferring around right now, which is going to be a big deal, killing off more and more drones. Eclipse just went up to a huge amount of drones there. He's made about 20. And yeah, Eclipse is just having trouble trying to get up his third base and actually drone up. Because every time he drones up, his opponent attacks, which is good for Galley. Because he's still sitting on the second base. He hasn't retaken his third base yet. He is mining from it, though. 2 air drones are mining from that base. For some awkward reason. 1 ling does escape. So good for that. Good for you. Actually, Eclipse going into melee upgrades now. Because he never did get a roach warren, so yeah. He's going to go for melee upgrades and go for like a ling muta, but 2 spore collars at the natural. There's only 1 in the main, but it's a decent amount, and there's nothing back to keep his third base alive, and these lings are going to swing in here and do some damage. Again, nice transfusing by Eclipse. He's not losing any of these queens, just kind of wasting all these larvae by Galley, because he's not able to really do anything with that. And yeah, that's interesting. So Eclipse is kind of stabilized here. Work count is still even. Oh, when did this happen? How did I completely miss this? I completely missed this. I'm a genius. This is why I shouldn't do this stuff. Well, I shouldn't do this stuff alone, at least. Third base did get up from Galley, all the way in BFE. So that's an interesting little thing. Definitely want to do that. And a ton of mutas are up now. 20 mutas to 14. There are 3 spores at the naturals, none at the main, and there's still none at the third base either. So those mutas can be able to swing in and do a lot of damage that they so chose to do, but it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that for a little while at least. No upgrades for those mutas just yet. Eclipse does have +1 attack for his mutas, and he's getting +1 melee just now finishing up. +1 carapace is about to finish up for his mutas as well. Where's the spire? There's the spire. Good and Tog spire. It's just going to be a lot of lings and mutas. Oh, Eclipse scouted out that extra base. Well done for him. He was sending lings everywhere. Kind of checking things out, so he knows that's there now. And in response, Galley's gonna have to throw down a bunch of spine crawlers, or a bunch of spore crawlers, to make sure mutas are able to swing in. But Galley has a superior army right now, 74 to 56 army supply. But even with a superior army, his upgrades are much further behind. +1/+1 for these mutas. Eclipse needs to attack with the lings as well. I'm not going to. Actually, there's a decent amount of banelings as well, so that'll be difficult to attack into. This is a strange kind of army composition for Galley, but it's kind of working out in his favor. 85 to 74 army supply right now. 12 more mutas on the way for Eclipse. He's going heavy on those mutas. No more upgrades just yet. A couple more spore collars coming down at the third base, it seems. So those are going to help out against the mutas whenever that engagement does eventually happen, which it is going to happen right now, it seems, before that is finished, but all of those just finished up, and all of those banelings just died. Now there's just a bunch of roaches left over. And these spore collars are going to keep the mutas back while Eclipse's mutas are able to clean those up, but in doing so, he's kind of lost a lot. He's going to try to go across the map with his mutas and take out this base, but 3 spore collars do a lot of damage. Spore collars are friggin' ridiculous now. That's all I can say. They're extremely ridiculous. Yeah. See? Yeah. Cannot push into that. Cannot push into that. Didn't even kill one of them. 5 kills on 1 spore collar, 1 on another, so 6 mutas just died, so he would lose not very much at all. And this muta count is getting out of control right now. 26 to 13. Galley has doubled up. He doesn't have any upgrades, so that's kind of saving Eclipse at the moment. But Eclipse, he still hasn't taken these gases at his third base just yet. Meanwhile, these gases have been taken for quite a while for Galley. A nice ling run by over here for Eclipse. He's going to take out some of these workers here. Kind of going to get in a tight spot, try to hide, but these are definitely done for. Oh, banelings running in, crashing in. Yes, things died. Work count still somehow is staying even. Supply is somewhat evening up. Eclipse is pretty much consistently been behind in supply. He's trying to make it the best he can, but 31 to 20 mutas now. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of getting out of hand. That's 1 mineral patch with 16 harvesters on it right now for Eclipse. Definitely going to need this extra base over here. But even so, getting up that extra base is going to be difficult. if Galley is decent about his scouting and checking around for that base. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about that, given his humongous flock of Mutalisks right now. Only thing that's really going to be in trouble is if he tries to attack into these fortified positions, which he doesn't look like he's going to be trying to doing. No, he's just going to back off. It is still, however, 1-1 versus 0-0 in favor of Eclipse here, and Eclipse is getting +2 Carapace right now. He's actually going for Infestors. I guess he saw the humongous Mutaflock, and he knows that Infestors are going to be kind of a good deal against that. One good Fungal could really change a lot of this game up for Eclipse. Not that Eclipse is really behind it all right now. There's still no Spinecrawlers over at this base for Galley. So this Ling run by is going to do a lot of damage whenever it gets over there. And these Lings have +2/+2 already. And Hive is already done as well, so 3/3 can come in whenever he so chooses. But it looks like he's going to try to attack from two different fronts here, but he just can't engage this. You can't engage. It doesn't matter that you have spear upgrades when numbers are that disparate. But it does not matter because all of these Lings over here are going to be taking out this entire mining base here. Taking out all the drones. Drone count is now 58 to 36. A few more are going to be picked off and dying. And this base could be picked off if he so chooses. Yes, he's just going to go straight for the base and try to take that down, as well as using his mutas to take out this base over here. So an extra base right now for Galley is not looking like it's going to be actually possible for him to actually keep up. This base is going to die. Eclipse is needs to get out of there before all these mutas. He does get out with all of his mutas alive and with a good chunk of his Lings alive. So now it's basically one base, only really a quarter of a base mining for Galley. And that shows up definitely in the income tab here. So with those two base snipes, Eclipse has definitely swung this in his favor. He's still down in supply, down in army count, but he's going to be able to sit back and defend rather than trying to attack. And going against 0-0 mutas with +1/+2 mutas. Actually, Galley's just going to go with his entire army and do what he can, but these Spore Crawlers, 2 kills, 3 kills. Oh goodness, that's a lot of kills on these Spore Crawlers. 4 kills, 3 kills on Spore Crawlers, 7 kills on Spore Crawlers alone. So yeah, this army, got shredded completely. 143 supply to 108 now in favor of Eclipse. These extra bases are up now, and an Ultra Cavern actually coming out. A ton of Lings just got made, but looks like Ultras are going to be the goal for Eclipse, knowing he's not going to be able to really go for too many more mutas. Kind of unnecessary at this point. He can sit back and defend for as long as he pleases. Yeah. Was an interesting VZ. Galley once again going to be trying to take a third base. His natural is just about mined out. Only 4 patches left. So there's not much there in the way of income for him. He's going to try to attack once again, but that's a good amount of Lings with +2/+2. Not to mention the mutas are at +1/+2. More mutas getting added on. 25 to 28 mutas. The muta count, the muta favor that Galley once had is not there anymore. And this engagement here is just kind of showing these upgrades. And again, every time they engage, Eclipse is taking a slight advantage. And he knows he now has the numbers and he has the upgrades. He's going to be able to chase if he wants to, and he's doing just that. Eclipse just needs to kind of sit around and be active on the map. Make sure that Galley is unable to get another base up. Galley is retreating to his Spore Crawlers, which is wise. There's no reason not to. Actually trying to slow march some Spore Crawlers. Oh, see them. Go get him, Eclipse. That's really funny. I guess those came from over here. Intriguing. Oh, excuse me. We just taken out those Spore Crawlers. This game is fairly well won now by Eclipse. 158 supply to 78 in favor of our Green Zerg player. And even getting Burrow? Just kind of getting every upgrade. Adrenal Glands is just about finished. +3 Carapace about to finish. +3 Flyer Carapace is on the way. Another big engagement coming in. And everything of Galley's is completely melting. That's a whole lot of mutas against not very many mutas. Everything has died. 141 to 21 supply. GG, well played, says Galley. And that is the game. Eclipse takes it. Makes it 6-2 in favor of iXT. Take another short break. Be back with our ace set.